What's up, Porsche gents? Today is Monday for me. I don't know what day it is for you, but I am gonna put the exhaust on. So if you didn't watch a previous episode, you might wanna go check that out where I explain the story of the exhaust. Somehow turned taking the rear bumper off and cleaning the air filters in an hour-long video. But this is episode 4 of the Golf Blue GT3 RS series. And today's job is to take the stock exhaust and the GMG section off. I need to sell this puppy. 1,500 bucks. I think they're like, maybe I'll better look up the price of this thing. That's kind of cheap. 1,500 bucks. I think they're 2,500 bucks new. So anyway, hit me up if you want the GMG center bypass. It's a great option. If you don't want to mess around, you don't really have to take the bumper off. You can kind of do it much simpler. Swap the center bypass, call it a day. You really only have to take the bumper off if you're going to do the side mufflers, if I remember correctly. So we're going to take the headers off. I'll take the center section off first, then we'll take the side mufflers off, then the headers off. While I'm up in here, I'm probably going to change the spark plugs. The car only has 3,000 miles, but it is 9 years old, so I think it's probably a good move to change those. Clean the air box. I'm going to change the oil as well, and I'm going to change the underbody plate. So anyway, let's get into the Dundon exhaust here and get working through this. And it's about 5 o'clock tonight. I plan on starting this at 8 a.m. So, you know, what are you going to do? Enjoying life, just doing stuff. So these bolts come off. This whole section comes out, and we'll be rolling through this. Pretty simple, but it feels good to get this all cleaned up. I might polish this while I have this all apart as well. I clean this up, wipe this all down, so we're looking pretty sharp here. All right, let's just start taking stuff apart. If you haven't seen my setup, I've got all the magical tools right here. Oh wait, this is the weird stuff. All the magical tools right here. And the camera's a little low. But I'll just keep this drawer open, and I think I already have some of the stuff out. Yeah. Because I'm not in any rush, I'm just going to do it all by hand. I really want to use all my fancy tools. So we're going to use all of our nice looking, look how good this looks. Koken ratchets. And for this part, I think I'm going to use the longer neck. So we'll get this out. I need a deep well, looks like 15. So let's go here, deep well, 16 maybe. Let's check the 16. Anyway, I should have all my tool packages out here real soon. Oh, 15, I was right. I was right from the get-go. 15 right there. Let's take this one off. Get my camera into position. And this is a nice little setup here. So I've got, again, if you didn't watch the other video, I've got my 10-inch race ramp, whatever you want to call those things. Did I just hit the thing in? I did. My 10-inch race ramp, guys. Which my tires are sitting on, so my car is nice and stable. The e-brake is on. I got a block of wood out front, but it's not going anywhere. The e-brake is on as long as I keep one of the rear wheels on the ground. I'm gonna have to do some pry bar in here. Yep. Probably should spray a little penetrating. That's not bad. That one, take that off. But yeah, I'm in love with that AC hydraulic jack. I mean, the pit bosses are so cool. It's like a piece of jewelry for your garage. But at 2,300 bucks, My money's on the AC hydraulic. So if we do that, grab one of these guys here, Kraftwerks 900. Need a actual pry bar. It's not big enough. This makes me happy just to give me an opportunity to use all these fancy tools that I bought. This is from Osca out of Spain. Guess I'm just gonna need a hammer. This doesn't really fit in here. There we go. That's what I'm looking to have happen. That's off. Okay, got that. This other one looks like a deep well 10 millimeter. Nope. 11 or 12. 11. You know, this center bypass sounds great. Just not, it's not the Dundon. Not the Dundon. Wrong way. I keep hitting the switch. There we go. Okay, that's loose. Let's pull the valves off. And we'll pull that off afterwards. And those are on pretty tight. I'll pull that off later. Okay, so now we need to loosen these clamps here, which is a 6 millimeter, I believe. I think it's a 6 millimeter hex. Yes, sir. So these are the clamps for the side muffler to cat. So if this wasn't such a darn low mile car, I would be spraying all these bolts, but it's low mile. Not a lot of aggressiveness seems to have happened to it. So everything should unbolt nice and easily. I'm taking this bolt, I just take it all the way out. And I can just take this whole bracket off. This bolt back in here. Piece of cake. Okay, now we gotta loosen these E12s here. A couple of external torques. So this is the little side muffler bracket. And so loosen this up. It should allow us to take the center muffler off. plenty of play. Yeah, that's on there pretty tightly. Just take the whole thing off. Leave that top bolt in. Let's take these other two off. Over here. Before I loosen this too much. Let me pull the valves off. So the valves are down here. Real simple, just yank these off. Yep. Okay, there's one. There's two. Okay. Now the thing can just come out. So we'll just drop the whole rear section out here all at once. Only. This is just on here pretty tightly. Normally I would try to take it off a little differently. Right now it's hanging out on the center. It's hanging out on the header gasket. Drop straight to the ground. I mean, I can take this off, but I don't need to. I just need to get this loose. Here. I think what I did, in order to get it out, I think I took this bracket off. Nope, there we go. Okay. Here. Oh, that's a lot of weight. Pull this sucker apart. Dang. So I got valves here. This bracket is needed. So that's what the new center section is going to go on. I do need to take this off to get the headers off. And then we're going to have to, I wonder, I think I'm going to have to cut a new underbody section. So let me go wash my hands. All right, next step, let's take the bottom plate off here. Yeah. There's a bunch of T27s. Yeah, I'm in the factory. Has a little cutout spot for the factory headers. Now the Dundons actually stick down quite a bit more, protrude quite a bit more. I actually think these are bigger than T27. We're also going to change the oil once we got all this out. Heck. A bit of funk coming, a leak here. I don't like that. All right, next step. Let's take these guys off. Kind of want to dry ice clean this thing. So remember, Chase, the gray one, the big gray one, stays toward the back. That's where this one goes, okay? You remember that? You got it? You got it? So this part goes back here. this one right here. Let me sneak in here, buddy. Let me sneak past you. And so then this one goes right here, look. Can you help me? No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. No, sir. I might need a little bit longer. There we go. Green goes towards the front of the car. Gray goes towards the back. All right? See that? Nice and easy. Let's do the other side, buddy. Piece of cake, right? You think this exhaust is going to sound good? I think it's going to sound great. So I traded in my kids for a dog. Can you believe that? A 2014 Maddie, when he was out here in his garage doing this crap, would have never believed that one. And my little sidekick here because everyone else is out. They all ditched me. Michelle's in Atlanta with Kate at a volleyball tournament. Ryan is out riding the neighborhood. That's how we moved here. We got buddies. He's out fishing in the ponds. It's pretty sweet. It's a pretty good gig. Okay, so O2 sensors are disconnected. Now all I got to do is take the headers off, which they are, I believe, 12 millimeter nuts that have to come off the header studs, which I'm not going to be able to show you very well, but you've seen me do it before. All right, so there's the rest of the exhaust. There's the headers. They're out, all the bolts, exhaust. Nice and open here. All right, let's knock the spark plugs out here really fast. So this is what we need. Bought these from Suncoast. These are model number, you see whatever all those numbers are on there. That's what you need. And these are already, they're 4-point, I don't know what you call it, but they're pre-gapped. So when you look at you don't adjust the gap on that there. See, that's what I'm talking about. So let's knock this out real fast. Chase, don't do that, buddy. The torque spec is 23 Newton meters. So first you gotta take these. Check out this little guy, this thing's cool. So this is a 1/4-inch body, but with a 3/8 inch anvil. So it's this tiny little guy, which is nice for a task like this in a tight area. So these are E10s, external torques. 2 of these. Takes this little cover plate off. And then the coil packs are here. And because I have the exhaust off, I don't need to take the wheel off here. And I'm gonna sit on the ground rather than on my stool. This will be easier. This is easier, Chase. So the cover comes off. Chase, cut it out, man. Stop messing with me. So there's the cover off. T27 here. Let's loosen this up. I like how these are all snap tight, so they're all parallel threads, I guess. I guess most bolts on a car are parallel threads. Take that off, pop the coil pack sensor Molex plug off, pull this out. So there's our coil pack. And then I've got this really sweet Koken. See this guy here? This is really sweet. This is a 14 millimeter, but it's a whatever 12 point, which works out great for this. Chase, I need that. Can you get that for me? Watch out! Watch out! I need this. I need this here. Yeah. So take this off. That's it for that. This is a perfect timing to do this. That way my headers aren't in the way. I will probably never need to do this again. So this is a one-time spark plug change. Oh yeah, look at that. We're going to see some serious horsepower improvements. It's a little wet there. So there's a difference. Man, clean intake. I'm going to do an oil change. Who knows what oil's in this thing. Headers, exhaust. This thing's going to rip. And tighten it just to get it in. And then this guy, this thing's awesome. A 730N-5 from Stallvilla, set to precisely 23 Newton meters, which is my specification. That's it. Do that. Put the coil pack in place. Snap that in place. Put my screw back in. My T27. And that's it. I don't know, man. I said I don't like doing this stuff, but it sure makes me feel good. Makes me feel like my car is in good shape. This kind of routine maintenance stuff. Especially when, you know, it wasn't my car from the beginning and I don't know the whole story. I don't know what the torque spec is here. We'll just do a Matty precise calibration here. So I'm gonna pull this out here because on the other side, it's kind of in the way. There we go. Buddy, look at where this guy is. He's like right here in the middle of it. JC, say hi to everybody. Say hi to everybody. He's like a people person. People dog for sure. He just wants to be around the people. Like right in the middle of it. I got no kids, buddy. The kids don't want to hang out with me anymore, but you'll hang out with me. Pop this sucker off. And this is a fun kind of maintenance thing because it's very easy to do. Obviously, there's 3 on this side, 3 on the other side. This little spark plug tool from Koken is magnetic. You're going to hold on to it. It's going to snap in place. And then these are a 12-point type. All right, let me finish this last one. I'll be back in a minute. We're all done. I pop this suspension control module off here. This little Bilstein module, put that back on. Let's put our plate back on. Okay, spark plugs are done. Piece of cake. So here's what my 6 plugs look like. I think it was a good move to change them. One of them's kind of wet. I think that's pretty normal for these. All right, so that's a wrap on the spark plugs. I know, different shirt next day. But wrapping on the spark plugs, so we took the exhaust off, did the plugs. We'll call that the next episode. And I'll see you on the next one, which will be to do the headers and exhaust install and probably oil change. And then we'll put the bumper back on and get this thing back together in that next episode. And then my Amiras arrive. So foreshadowing into the next day, but my Amiras arrived. So I'm getting a little antsy, so as you might imagine. So anyway, thanks for watching. As always, stay tuned for more crazy. Go to obsessedhometheater.com. Go check it out. We're building the site. It's looking great. I think Per Listen is live. Man, I'm in love with the Per Listen speakers. Kaleidoscape is up. JVC projectors are next. So I'd love it if you'd consider us for also the home theater stuff. My friend Michael Stevens, Youth Man, is the expert. I get to be the guy to help ship the stuff out. But we'd be happy to help. Rusty, Michael, and I would be happy to help you put together your home theater as well. So anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on episode whatever the next one is. We'll just put the done and exhaust on. See you soon.